getting mentally prepared to compete. You see the focus coming to you live on this all the talk, Greg, leading up to this one has been about the impact of the backcourt.
And that's where it all starts. When you have a confident and competent backcourt, it just opens up a lot of things for you offensively.
Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. Running the wings, it's Oubre and George. Abusele out there with Joel Embiid. And it's Grimes in at the point guard. Clock at 6. And there's Paul George on the assist by Oubre.
And that'll start us off already. You can feel the tension in this arena.
And sometimes getting that first bucket puts momentum in your corner, but we'll just have to see.
Now here's Green. And the first shot of the night for him, missing. Here's George. The shot's good. George has got his second bucket of the game to go.
And it's really hard to knock George off his balance. He's just so long and strong. Nice take there.
Smith wide open. He fires. Good on the three-point shot.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Now the 76ers with it. You talk about reputations, RJ. Few have one like Dylan Brooks.
I'll give it to this man. He is fearless. He doesn't care if it's Steph, LeBron, his mom, whoever. Dylan is trying to get in their heads. You want guys like that on your side.
And here's Thompson after the three-pointer from Kelly Oubre.
And with his movement skills, Thompson routinely catches defenders out of position.
First trip to the line for him here.
Probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that much.
Absolutely. RJ, the Rockets don't just have young talent. They have elite young talent.
Yeah, you can have all the high draft picks in the world. That doesn't mean you're going to hit on the right guys. But Houston, they certainly have.
A good ball handler with an advanced offensive repertoire. George is more than comfortable in the pick and roll.
The drive by Green.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Here's Embiid, and Embiid throws it down.
Defense looks helpless against Embiid on that slam. He's just too physical.
And Şengün throws it down.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. Embiid with it. Now defended by Şengün. George against Thompson. Top of the key. His first miss, now 3 of 4 from the field. Rockets trail by 3. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Şengün, no good. The 76ers have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field to start out the game. A nice shot by Embiid.
Just come on. Like, how do you stop Embiid? Just using that bounce right there, just unreal.
Thompson from long range. Drains it from beyond the arc.
And good to get him going early. That shot should give him some confidence.
It makes a difference for them if he can establish his three-point shot as a weapon.
A nice shot by George.
That last three must have bothered George a little bit. He goes to the arc with a purpose and fires off his answer. And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
The 76ers leading by 3. Oubre with it. Now Green defending. George finds Embiid. The shot's good on the assist by George. Embiid's got his third bucket of the night.
In the mid-range, Embiid is pretty confident. He goes right up and drains that jump shot with ease.
Thompson plays it up and banks it in.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
And so here is Philadelphia, following the score by Houston. Lets the three fly. Shot by Grimes. No good. Rockets trail by 3. On the wing, Green. And as it goes out of bounds, Houston able to keep the ball. There's 39 seconds left here in the first quarter. Smith, the pass to Şengün. Takes the 3. Buries the long-range jumper. Şengün's got 5 minutes.
Oh, how about the vision from Smith? You have to know not just where, but when to deliver the ball.
And here's George for 3. Here's Grimes. Outside for George. 6 to shoot. The 76ers need to get off a shot. Here's Embiid. Goes back up. Philadelphia shooting their first shots from the free throw line tonight.
And one of the highlights last year for this group was the fact that they were so efficient from the Terry strike. That's a huge factor.
And Embiid drops them both.
Some big guys struggle at the line, not him. He's put in the work to defy that assumption.
Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for the Philadelphia 76ers. Ethan. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And what stands out to you guys from the 76ers in this one?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
It leads to some easy buckets, and I think it's given them control of the pace in this one.
And so in the game for the 76ers, actually out there with Gordon. Then there's Edwards. Then there's Andre Drummond. And it's Council in at the small forward position.
And that's 280 pounds crashing the glass. Drummond bullying his way there on that second chance bucket.
Here's Shepherd. Count that one. Shepherd. Philadelphia with the ball. Great Kentucky native Reed Shepherd followed in his dad's footsteps and stayed local for his college years.
How cool was that? His dad winning 2 national championships for the Bluegrass State, was named the MVP of the '98 college tournament, and he even had a brief stint in the NBA. Reed, the 3rd overall pick of the 2024 draft, blazing his own trail.
Easton passes to Adams. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And this is where Adams has the biggest impact. The closer to the basket, the more effective he is.
Maxey looking it over. Drummond with a screen on Eason. Maxey kicks to Edwards. The tray, and they call an illegal screen here.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
You gotta blow the whistle when it's that obvious. Great call there by the official.
First team foul.
Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. So the wing on the left. Driving in. And it's Shepherd missing. The 76ers leading by 3. Over in the corner, Edwards. Pass to Council. Now here's Drummond. Up top, Maxey. Scoreless thus far. A second chance effort. And it's Drummond missing. Houston's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Plays it up off the glass.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Ball's knocked loose. Gordon the pass to Maxey. Lets it go from deep. Drills the three-pointer. Maxey's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Greg, what a great time to be a fan of basketball. Not just in the NBA, but all over the world.
Absolutely, Kevin. The sport just continues to grow, and there's increased value being placed on all-around skill, even in youth basketball. And I think that bodes well for the future of the game.
Pass to Drummond. And here's Gordon from outside. And it's Whitmore with the rebound. The Rockets trail.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
There's 1:59 left in the second quarter. And it's Shepard missing. Edwards with the screen for Gordon. Maxey in the corner. For three. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Maxey's got the lead up to 5 now for Philadelphia.
So locked in from range. Maxey almost makes it look effortless.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Sixers have their superstar in Joel Embiid, but Coach Nick Nurse says they have to maximize him in different ways. Nurse said unpredictability is the key. We have to relieve some of the pressure. Guys are overplaying and sending multiple players at him, and we have to find easy baskets out of it. Kevin?
Makes a lot of sense, David. Thank you. And what about the evolution of Tyrese Maxey? Greg, according to him, he's just getting started.
Well, Kevin, I'd have to agree. I mean, he's got some big shoes to fill with James Harden leaving, but each year this guy has just gotten better. And not only has he matched Harden's production in Philadelphia, I think he's exceeded it.
Such great feel for the game and where his teammates are. Maxey letting his basketball IQ take over.
To the right side. Back to Adams. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2. Here's Maxey. 6 points for him. Gordon dishes to Drummond. Kicks it out to Maxey. There's a screen. Oh, and the jam by Drummond.
And look at Drummond, capable of rising up and dropping an absolute hammer.
And they're on the break. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And when he gets himself into the right position, Drummond so powerful in terms of finishing at the rim. The only way to prevent that alley-oop is to keep him from getting to the launching pad in the first place.
Out to the right wing. Here's Whitmore. A three-pointer off the mark. Here's Maxey. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. And so we conclude the first half. 76ers lead by 7. We'll be back shortly live from Houston, Texas.
The 76ers 40.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. Paul George really making a difference here.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
He always wants to be a go-to guy for them. I'm sure he'll be calling for the ball even more in this half.
The post pair form, it'll be Smith and Şengün. Jalen Green is out there with Brooks. And it's Thompson in at the 3 spot. That's the 5 for Houston right now.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
And he uses the glass on the layup. Grimes has got his second bucket tonight.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Always plays hard until the final whistle, no matter what the situation is.
Smith against Oubre. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Grimes passes to George. Oubre, a screen on Thompson. Just 5 to shoot. He gets that one.
Paul George.
George has got the lead up to 13 now for the 76ers.
I love seeing George be so assertive down low. Certainly doesn't lack confidence. An accomplished scorer. Once he crosses half court, you need to stay awake because he can drop it from deep.
George with the screen on Brooks. Oubre kicks to Yabusele. Embiid with it. He's got 8, and again, it's Philadelphia.
When we talk about guys 7 feet plus, is Embiid the top shooter? I can't think of anyone that's a little bit better.
With the league's 65-game rule, Joel Embiid might have trouble making another All-NBA team.
Yeah, he's only reached that 65-game mark twice in his career. But he's still a lock to make the Hall of Fame, Kevin, because of how dominant he is when he plays. And look, he's already got an MVP.
Pass to Embiid. All alone. Outside for George. Stolen by Thompson. And the wide open shot from Green. Drops in the tray. Green's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
And hey, look, Green can make threes, especially from a shorter corner area.
There's the triple. Offensive rebound. Pass to Yabusele. Oubre against Brooks. Here's Embiid. Embiid owns the lane.
Love the activity from Embiid, just doing whatever he can to keep plays alive, getting rewarded for it there.
Outside, Green, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
Yeah, I think he was hoping to maybe even get the steal, but I agree. He still got a good outcome.
And it's a completely new group here for Philadelphia. Green drives in. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And while Embiid was on record praising the importance of continuity, I don't know that, Richard, the 76ers front office felt the same way.
Oh, yeah, what you say out loud versus your actions can be very, very different in this game. When you have a chance to go big game hunting, you do. The goal was to bring in some help for Embiid and Maxey, and they accomplished it.
And yes, it's good. Thompson's got 10 points in the game.
He just makes it look so easy on offense. Like, who takes pleasure in torturing defenses? He does.
Back to George. Oubre outside. All sorts of time, and he hits the jumper for 2. Oubre's got his 2nd basket of the game.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You got to show some fire and keep defending.
So the Rockets end up going with a whole new group. We've got 1:18 left in the 3rd quarter. Maxey passes to Gordon. Maxey sets a screen for Gordon. Edwards looking it over. 5 on the clock. Drummond sets the screen for Edwards. From downtown. Pass to Council. Outside Gordon. Here's Maxey. The 3 ball. It's hauled in by Adams. And Adams has got the ball here for Houston. 9-point game. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Tyrese Maxey. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
3rd team foul.
34 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter.
That is how you deny entry. Great effort.
Gordon for 3. Buries it from 3-point range. And the 76ers lead by 12. Houston's gone into the 3-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Here's Tate, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Edwards passes to Gordon. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
And so many of Gordon's shots come from three-point range because he drains so many of them. When you've had his kind of success from beyond the arc, you're always going to have the green light.
Oh, drew the foul and almost hit the three-point bucket. But he'll go to the line to shoot three.
First team foul.
Yeah, good job trying to get a hand in the face, but you've got to be more careful.
He hits the second from the line.
At the line for three.
And he nails the third. Well, through 3/4 of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Serving it up on a platter, that is a beautiful dish. And two teammates on the same page. Woo.
And with the 4th quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. On the court for Philadelphia to start the 4th. Edwards is out there with Andre Drummond. And there's Gordon. Then there's Tyrese Maxey. And it's Council in at the 3, the small forward. It's Edwards on the wing. Outside, Maxey. Off target from outside.
Oh, man, for whatever reason, he can't get it going from 3, and he's pretty good from there.
Shot by Eason, no good. The 76ers leading by 16, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Reed Shepherd.
First team
That's his first foul. A new lineup here for Houston. George against Thompson. And a missed layup. Houston's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown.
Oh, I see you, big fella.
Can you believe that?
When he took off, I was not expecting that.
And how's that for a one-man show? Put this fella on Broadway.
The most magnificent alley-oop we could have seen.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they're going to do a much better job of putting a little bit of pressure on him on his way to the hoop.
Brooks from outside. And Philadelphia grabs the miss.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Here's Embiid. The Rockets pull it in. Şengün's got 4 rebounds in this game. And Thompson kicks to Smith. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson.
Supreme confidence. Smith really stretches the floor with his ability to shoot.
The 3 from George. And it's in, basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Brooks finds Thompson. From the arc. Brooks misses. The 76ers leading by 16. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the 4th. Here's Yabusele. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession.
Horrible mistake right there. I hate to see unforced turnovers like that.
Houston's gone into a funk from downtown in the 4th. Only one of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the 76ers.
They've been defending with excellent anticipation all game long. Just look at how many times they've managed to get their hands on the ball.
2 minutes.
And also, guys, how about the hustle we've seen on the boards? They're getting after it and cashing in on second chance scoring opportunities.
No good from Yabusele. Rockets trail by 18, and it's Brooks at the elbow. This one for 3, and Green with the basket on the assist by Brooks. Green's got 13 points in the second half.
He can get it down off the dribble or off the catch. Green is just a flat-out shooter.
And then George with the jam.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
No let up with these guys. They're going for the throat now.
And Green gets it to go. Green's got 7 now in this quarter.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority, very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for Philadelphia.
They had a fantastic play from the bench.
This team has great depth, and they showed it in this game.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for George.
He really managed to shine on both ends of the floor, finding lots of opportunities to affect the game and make an impact.
George against Brooks. Fires for 3. George, no good. And here are the Rockets. They trail by 18. The drive by Thompson. And so George will bring it up for Philadelphia.
Oh, that is just unreal. Is this the dunk contest, or are we actually playing a real game?
No, this one counts, Greg. Believe me.
My
But confidence to attempt an alley-oop to himself. Green passes to Thompson. Good. Great play by Green to set it up.
A sometimes underrated playmaker, Green showing good patience and vision.
Embiid from outside. George against Thompson. Pass to Şengün. The 3 from George. And the miss. So it's Philadelphia winning this one easily. All right, DA, thanks again. Thank you for joining.
NBA. The starters for the Memphis Grizzlies. We've got Jackson, also Edey out there, and it's Wells in at the 2-guard spot. And for Houston, Smith and Şengün play together in the front court. Dylan Brooks is out there with Green, and it's Thompson in at the 3 slot. Well, Grant, when you take a look at this matchup, both these teams feature an impressive backcourt.
No question, B.A. And I get the sense that bragging rights are on the line here. Everything you can do, I can do better. Expect some exciting back-and-forth action in this one.
Now here's Smith. And the ball is tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
You two players.
Jump ball.
And so it's Memphis with it. And now the Grizzlies on the run. Here's Stevens. Pass to Wells. Jackson on the wing. Defended by Şengün. And the 3 off target.
Just enough of a shot contest to bother him.
And here's Brooks. Thompson outside. Outside, Green. Brooks, the pass to Green. Puts up a 3. The shot that time not on target. Memphis has gone 0 for 2 from outside. After 3 straight playoff appearances, the Grizzlies sadly missed the postseason in 2024.
You know, really, by no fault of their own, B.A. Injuries ruined what fans were hoping would be a big year for them. You know, it just goes to show there's no safe bets in this league.
Showing off that phenomenal body control right there. Green gets the shot to go despite being bumped.
And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight.
And guys, the numbers don't lie. I mean, he was such a reliable presence at the free throw line all throughout last season.
Morant with the bucket.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Here's Thompson. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
You know, inside is where Thompson excels, and the concentration allowing him to finish there.
Morant looking around. No good on the triple. The Rockets have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. And there's Thompson on the assist by Smith. Thompson's got 5.
And this is big for Thompson's confidence. He needs to keep hitting from downtown.
Jackson outside. Gets the 3 ball to go.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom. It's important that you have big men who can shoot in this day and age, and this guy can really stretch the floor.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
I was able to talk with Ime Udoka for a minute. He said John Morant is so good and so entertaining that some guys on both teams just stand around and watch him. He told his players, if you let him get to the rim and do something spectacular, you're not only giving up points, you're energizing the guys around him. Coach wants to prevent the highlight reel kind of plays.
All right, appreciate it, Allie. And here are the Grizzlies now. The Rockets getting their last shot to go. Pure from 3-point range.
Yeah, Morant showing a bit of confidence knocking down that 3.
The NBA becoming more and more global, Clark. Şengün, a perfect example of that.
Yeah, Alperen Şengün out of Turkey. Right now on the fast track to being the best player to ever come out of his homeland. So still very young, but boy, his future is quite bright.
Now here's Morant. 6 points for him. And he banks in the layup. Morant's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Morant not afraid to get in there and play big, showing his toughness in close.
And the call will be against Jaren Jackson. That's his first foul. A minute 31 left in the first quarter of the game. That one falls.
A throwback wing. Dylan Brooks is very comfortable working down low.
Morant against Thompson. Jackson outside. The 3. And again, it's Memphis with a 3.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Smith no good. For Memphis, they've got 6 of 10 attempts to fall. And it's Morant off the drive. And then Morant with the dunk.
And the bounce that Morant possesses is unlike anyone else at his position.
A nice shot by Smith. Smith's got 5 now.
Good execution. They're getting some short-range looks here.
Pass to Jackson. His 4th make in 5 tries. Solid start for him.
I love the strength shown by Jackson there, refusing to let the defense have the last word.
Rockets trail by 3.
Grizzlies foul.
Clark, what catches your eye about Jalen Green at a fundamental level?
Well, it starts with his pure explosiveness. That just jumps out at anybody because he's jumping over everybody, okay? The way he can get up and down the floor and hang and lift. And that's what stands out, his athleticism. And he's actually rounding off some of the rough edges in his game that makes him kind of scary as we go forward.
And there's the call on Jalen Green. That's his first foul of the game.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
No question about it. No flop there. That was a direct shot to the chest.
And so it's Memphis with it. 3-point lead.
Come to me.
Now here's Morant. 12 points for him. Here's the floater. Off target at the rim. Ja Morant, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the Grizzlies. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. All right, guys, what do you think so far about the offensive approach for the Grizzlies?
Well, in today's NBA, the three-point shot is so valuable. They realize this, and that's why they're continuing to drain as many as they can.
In addition to that, how about the mid-range action we've seen from this group? Utilizing the jump shot to get them started in the right manner in this one.
Van Vliet and Shepard, they're the guards. Tari Eason is out there with Cam Whitmore. And it's Adams in at the center position. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Rockets. Van Vliet, the pass to Eason. No good on the three.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Kennard against Van Vliet. Takes the three. Offensive rebound. And he ends that fast break chance. An intentional foul. That's a textbook example of the transition take foul rule. Houston shooting their 4th shot at the foul line here.
Yeah, what I like about this kid Shepard is his confidence, especially when it comes to shooting the ball.
The Rockets went from 22 to 41 wins last year, finishing right at 500.
Great progress by Houston. Just missed the play-in in the West. They would have easily made that same play-in tournament in the East. A huge step forward for the Rockets, no doubt. And I think it's a team that can sustain that trajectory.
Drills it from deep.
Trading the lead back and forth, neither side is willing to back down.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
Well, Van Vliet likes to work up close and personal at the basket, always ready to take it inside.
Oh, what a play by Desmond Bain.
Bad idea leaving him open. He needs more defensive attention, not less.
Pass to Shepard. Off with the layup. Memphis leading by 3. And here's Conchar. Whitmore defending. Left side Bain. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. they can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, the Rockets showing improvement. Head coach Ime Udoka said, quote, when you rely on your young guys, you're constantly trying to instill habits that'll carry them for the rest of their careers. It's mistakes and tendencies you have to try to break continually. Just staying positive. We see glimpses of how close we can be.
All right, Allie, thanks for that. Grant, when you talk about consistency and officiating game to game, you think there's room for improvement?
You know, I do think so. I mean, they're allowing more contact, but overall, more clarity on what constitutes legal guarding position would help players and officials.
Eason, pass to Adams. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line.
One of the strongest players in the league, Adams, using his size well on the glass.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Rockets.
Getting downhill has really been impressive to me. Not settling from the outside. They're going right to the rack.
Another thing they're doing well early on is moving the ball, playing selfless basketball, and getting everybody involved on the offensive end.
There's Jackson with the three, and the three-pointer goes. Jackson's gotten himself on the board with a three there. For Houston, they've gotten over 50% of their shots to go. 5 for 9 in the second. Van Vliet, the pass to Eason. Back to Van Vliet.
2 minutes remaining.
Adams a screen. Van Vliet finds Adams. Over Bagley. And it's Adams missing. For Memphis, they've gone 4 for 6 here in the second. Van Vliet against Jackson. To the middle. Stolen by Van Vliet. And he's all alone. It's Eason with the jam.
Yeah, no question Van Vliet was going to find his man. He has excellent court vision.
And so it's Bane who brings up the ball for the Memphis Grizzlies. And how about the Fred Van Vliet story? From undrafted to all-star and NBA champion.
It's one of the remarkable journeys in the history of the league. There are a number of guys that have gone undrafted and ended up being all-stars and champions. But think about it, one of the things they have in common in my mind, Mia, is a real understanding of who they are and what it's going to take to be successful. And then the willingness to put in the work and not be distracted by naysayers or the glamour of being a pro. They've got a real anchoring as to who they are and what their business is about, and then they maximize their ability. That's Fred Van Vliet in a nutshell.
To the wing, right side. Bagley for three. And again, it's Memphis missing. The Rockets lead by 6. On the wing, Whitmore. Outside, Eason. Inside. And stolen by Jackson. On the wing, Conchar. Three-pointer. Eason pulls it in. And here we go, the Rockets in transition. And there's Adams. That one's good. On the assist by Shepard. And it's an 8-point Rocket lead. Shot to stop the run. Nice shot by Kennard. Kennard's got 5 points in the quarter. And that concludes the first half. Rockets ahead, leading by 6. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
34. Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Boy, you got to like what Ja Morant has done in this game.
They've leaned on him to provide a lot of offense, and that's how he likes it.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
On the court for Memphis, Jaren Jackson out there with Edey. Then there's Ja Morant, and it's Stevens in at the small forward position.
Yeah, that's how Jackson's most effective, playing aggressive around the basket.
And Grant, you look at the Rockets' additions over the last year or two. There's an emphasis on toughness.
Yeah, toughness, both physical and mental. Those are the kinds of veterans they've brought in. And that extends, of course, to the coaching staff, too.
Brooks, the pass to Thompson. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
That is Thompson's game, rocking the rim and giving his team some energy.
And it's Ja Morant with the foul. That's his third foul of the game.
And great job to establish position and square up.
Excellent example of toughness and physicality on defense. Got his nose right in the middle of things and made a play.
Pass to Şengün. On the wing, Thompson. Back to Brooks. Thompson outside. Outside for Brooks. Fires for three. The basket's good. Off the assist from Thompson. And now a 12-point Houston lead.
And he's much more comfortable shooting off a pass. Brooks with a nice shot.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Morant.
Yeah, a communication breakdown. Two guys thinking in opposite directions. The pass winds up in the stands.
Pass to Green. On the wing, Thompson. Defended by Jackson. Green, the pass to Thompson. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
Credit them for making the right halftime adjustments.
You know, they came out of the locker room, revved up the gas pedal, and haven't slowed down yet.
Jackson with a screen on Thompson. Here's Morant. Morant elevates at the rim.
Once Ja Morant gets rolling, there is no stopping him. Ja is feeling it tonight.
The Rockets lead by 12. Here's Brooks. Got it. Brooks has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Their offense is looking like a well-oiled machine, getting any look they want.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
Here's Morant. And then Morant with the jam.
Oh, putting on a show for the fans. Morant's skills making it look like a circus in here.
And one thing that Morant has always been elite at, finding a seam in a defense and getting to the rim, Grant.
Yeah, any crack allows him to get inside. And as good as anyone at splitting a double, which he sees a lot of. So once inside, he can finish with authority or kick it out to a shooter.
Houston shooting their 7th attempt at the foul line in this one.
And what I like about Thompson, along with the high-level athleticism, he has a high-level feel for the game.
It's tipped. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Well, similarities in the games of Alperen Şengün and Nikola Jokic a couple years back. Jokic suggested that Houston run their offense more through him, and they have. Jokic said that's going to benefit the whole organization. He wants to pass and play for the team. They'll move when the ball is in his hands. Brian?
Well, Jokic would know. Thanks, Allie.
2 minutes.
For three, Smith.
2 minutes.
Memphis with a rebound. Outside Morant. Jackson on the wing. Morant with a screen on Smith. And the dunk by Jackson.
I mean, big-time finish from Jackson. He is a force out there.
And it's Green with the ball for Houston. Third quarter action. Just under 3.5 minutes have passed. Smith no good.
A rare miss for him at point-blank range. That's one he'd like to have back.
Morant. Oh, athletic move from Morant.
The quick feet of Morant. He's so dangerous when he's cutting to the rim.
And for some reason, he decided to foul there.
Yeah, B.A., that's an odd move. Maybe there's something else behind it. You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
And the Rockets going with a whole new group out there. Grizzlies trail by 13. To the paint. Here's Bagley. Oh, the big finish by Bagley.
Well, I'll tell you what, his vertical is awesome, off the charts. A short center who still makes his presence felt.
Van Vliet finds Eason. Good. And Van Vliet gets the assist. Eason's got 7 points.
And that's a defensive lapse. A shooter of his caliber can't be left wide open.
Here's Bane. And that one is hammered home.
And you love to see the aggressiveness, using the height advantage to hammer it home.
Right side Easton. Out of bounds. It'll be Memphis's ball.
Memphis ball.
The Grizzlies have gotten 7 of their 9 shots to fall. Quality shooting in the second half. The drive by Bane. Dunks it hard with one hand. Wow, he makes it look easy.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
You know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
Oh, what a play by Desmond Bane. He's got 10.
You got to appreciate the consistency. Night in and night out, he brings it.
And here's Shepard for 3. And so it's Houston earning this break in the action, up 10. And it's all due to their... And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he definitely deserves the award. Reading the defense like a point guard.
Terrific versatility coming from a big man. Not something that the majority of big guys possess.
Rockets.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth quarter. Van Vliet and Shepard, they're the guards. Steven Adams out there with Tari Eason. And it's Whitmore in at the 3. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets.
Yeah, we're seeing Morant get more and more comfortable operating off the ball.
Smith finds Şengün. Back to Smith. Thompson outside. Smith outside. 6 to shoot. Pass to Şengün. Memphis with a rebound. Morant with it. Checked by Brooks. Outside Bane. Fires the 3. It's rebounded by Şengün. The Rockets lead by 7. Green, the pass to Şengün. Back to Green. And the call will be against Jaren Jackson. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
3rd personal foul. First team foul.
4th quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Smith outside. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. Ja Morant picks one up.
And this kind of cunning is what Smith needs in the league. Putting the defender off balance with a pump fake.
Smith hits them both.
To have a big who's great at the line, such a plus.
Grizzlies trail by 9. Here's Morant. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. That one on Şengün.
Come on, this kid is electric. Morant draws a lot of fouls with the way he plays.
And Morant drops them both.
That's what he does. Rock solid at the line.
Here's Thompson. And that one's good. And Green with the assist. Green's got 5 assists tonight.
He was all over it. He just couldn't react in time to stop that quick reverse.
Morant. And then Morant with the jam.
Oh, the vertical of Morant is simply incredible. I mean, he's fantastic at using it to his advantage on the inside.
It's tipped. Bane with it. Checked by Brooks. Here's Stevens. Counted from distance. Stevens has gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And Ime Udoka has called timeout. He is not messing around. Calling them into the huddle. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, during that last break, I heard Ime Udoka as he talked with the team. He applauded their shooting and their shot selection, saying, "We're taking the right threes, not forcing anything. Keep doing that, and they'll continue to fall." Makes the game easy, doesn't it?
And Allie, thanks. Here's Morant. And then Morant with the jam!
He's a living highlight reel.
Seriously, that could end up being one of the best dunks of the year.
Without question, a crowd pleaser to the 10th degree.
This has been the story of the game, a battle fought on offense.
Any lull in the action so far has been short-lived because there have been nothing but buckets in this one.
Jackson can't get it to go.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Here's Thompson. Şengün passes to Thompson. Floats one, and he sinks the layup. And now it's a 9-point Rocket lead.
You see there, Thompson does a good job of sneaking into the lane and finishing.
Fourth quarter keeps moving along. 3 minutes gone by now.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
What? You mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas. I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more. Defensively, there was a lack of aggressiveness, and it really made it easy for him to knock that shot down.
Here's Thompson. And that one's good. And Green with the assist. Green's got 6 assists in the game.
Nice to see such unselfish play from Green, putting the team ahead of himself.
And it's Morant off the drive. And yep, it's good. Morant's got 32 points.
Well, he's still battling, doing everything possible to keep them in this game.
Thompson in the post. Jackson on him. Oh, and the jam by Thompson.
That's unreal. I mean, Thompson, that boy's going to hit his head on the rim one day.
Oh, kicks it out to Bane. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Jackson. Another shot. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. They've got time on their side here, Grant.
And if they're smart, they'll milk the clock a little. And this is a game they can build off of. They kept their focus all game long, and it will get marked as a win for the Rockets.
And the huge difference today, the efficiency from beyond the arc.
Yeah, once they started hitting shots, it stretched out the D and opened up the entire offense.
And even the opposing fans can't deny this was a sensational game for Amen Thompson.
He didn't miss out on much of the action tonight. He was magnetized to the ball and did everything he could to contribute for his team on both ends of the floor.
And Morant gets it to go. I think a bucket here, Grant, would end this game.
Absolutely. That would put a bow on this one.
Yep, that one's good. And the Rockets lead by 13.
They got a big lift from their crowd tonight, giving them the energy they needed.
Boy, they've given their fans plenty to cheer about, that's for sure. Effort, skill, coaching, you name it, they've done it.
Jr. 3.
Fantastic ball movement for them tonight.
If things are definitely working offensively, a balanced attack is just so much harder to defend.
Knocked away and stolen by Morant.
John Morant, 3 points.
And here's Green from the arc. No good on the shot. And so it's Houston winning this one. Boy, a hard-fought game. They did a great job of...
into this game, Stan, it's clear who the media thinks will win. We've been reading about it and hearing about it for the last couple days.
Yeah, but Kevin, you know, none of us in the media know what we're talking about. It's just a lot of speculation. And look, it's a cliche, but it's also true. The games aren't won on paper, they're won out on the court, and anyone in the NBA can beat anyone else on a given night.
Which makes me look forward to this one.
Absolutely.
And the starting group for the Grizzlies. Jackson is out there with Edey. Then there's Wells. Then there's John Morant. And it's Stevens in at the small forward. And George gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Morant looking around. And finished off by Morant.
And he can get to the rim with the best of them. Morant always finds a way.
George passes to Yabusele, and it's in there.
Well, that's what you're looking for. Shots from point-blank range.
And just about a minute into the first quarter. And Nick Nurse, Greg, the 26th head coach in 76ers franchise history.
And Kevin, known for his creativity and that outside-the-box thinking. I think it's a good fit with this forward-thinking front office.
And here's Embiid following John Morant's three. And there's Embiid. That's good on the assist by George.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Memphis ball.
First quarter, about a minute and a half in. Lets a floater go. Edey can't hit. For Philadelphia, they've gone 2 or 3 here to start off the game. And he commits the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. I had a chance to talk with head coach Nick Nurse. Well, of course, they're concerned about the dynamic John Morant. Coach told me the plan is simple. Make things as hard as they can on Ja on both ends of the floor. Make him work on defense, and by crunch time, maybe we can tire him just a little bit. Back to you guys.
Okay, David, much appreciated.
The score will not count.
For Memphis, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Here's Morant. No good, shot missing. George with the defensive effort. Inside and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. And they get it back. Tries again. And foul up. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
At the line for Philadelphia, taking 2 shots. The play will be reviewed under NBA rules.
The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there. That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
And that's a special play coming from the one spot.
You know, his passing can take a backseat for that dunk. Wow.
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
And Morant throws it down.
Defensive foul.
Just superior focus for Morant.
And here we go. Coach's challenge happening.
Second team foul. Shooting from Memphis.
If that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. Double checking, and the game continues on.
Here's Grimes. Still yet to score.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Well, that's exactly what's needed when you're trying to turn things around.
Oh, quick thinking from Jackson. When he's rising and firing fast, you know he's in the zone.
Here's Grimes, headed by Morant, and it's blocked. And it's out of bounds. The 76ers able to retain possession here. Here's Grimes. Shot clock at 6. From deep, George. Good on the triple. George has got his second bucket of the night.
And what a smooth three-point shot. George has worked hard to develop that stroke.
Morant drives in. That one is good again. He's 6 straight from the floor with the basket.
A defensive breakdown there, no doubt about it. I mean, he's a guy you have to be focused on defensively.
Abusele passes to Grimes. That 3 off the mark. And the Grizzlies leading by 7. Driving to the basket. And Morant throws it down.
Man, I'm amazed at Morant's ability to take contact and still stay in full control.
To the left side wing. Left side, George. Out to the wing. Philadelphia needs to get a shot off. And Embiid throws it down.
And you do not want to be on the receiving end of that. Embiid throwing it down with some funk.
Here's Morant. And he goes right over Paul George and slams it down.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Memphis?
Well, I like how they're going right at the defense, creating high-quality looks with that penetration.
And also, given the game is more fast-paced nowadays, I like the way they've capitalized in transition, keeping their foot on the gas.
They've got Edwards. Gordon out there with Tyrese Maxey. Then there's Andre Drummond, and it's Oubre in at the 3 slot. That's the group for Philadelphia to start the second quarter.
And great hustle from Maxey in the open court, getting there on the fast break.
So Stan, the Grizzlies trio of Ja Morant, Desmond Bane, and Jaren Jackson Jr. From the outside looking in, what a great base going forward.
I agree with that, Kevin. Look, not only are those 3 outstanding individual players, but they complement each other so well. There's such a great fit with those 3 guys. That's a great base for the future.
Maxey kicks to Edwards. Oubre passes to Maxey. Back to Oubre. No good on the 3. And the Grizzlies leading by 4. Outside, Bane. Pass to Bagley. Here's the 3. Here's Jackson, and he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket.
How about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
Outside, Edwards. Bangs home the trifecta. Edwards got 6 points in the quarter.
Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
That's his first personal foul. Second team foul.
Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. Connects from three-point range.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
And so many of Gordon's shots come from three-point range because he drains so many of them. When you've had his kind of success from beyond the arc, you're always going to have the green light. I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
And Drummond kicks to Maxey. You coach Stan at various levels for 30 years. How has the transition been to the broadcasting business?
Well, Kevin, it's been great because of people like you and because I'm undefeated.
Right. But do you miss the aftermath when there's at least a score sheet? There's a scorecard that says win or loss.
I do miss that. There's no question. I miss the competition. I miss the camaraderie of building toward a result. But I've started to get some of that in broadcasting as I've gotten to know my partners better.
Well, it's great being your partner.
Likewise.
With a short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, even with an MVP and Joel Embiid, the Sixers can't be a one-man show. Embiid says, I watch a lot of games and I see what's working. Good basketball means cutting, moving, guys getting off the ball, and it's moving and not sticking. But you need the right guys to execute that system. And I think we've got the right guys. Kevin?
I know you and I agree. They do, David. Thank you very much. Back to Kennard. Great pass to set up the layup. And the Grizzlies lead by 5.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
Maxey passes to Edwards. Now Drummond. Over Bagley. And Drummond gets it to go on the assist from Edwards.
Well, if Drummond's going to score, the paint is where it's going to happen.
And the Grizzlies leading by 3. Jackson, a screen on Gordon. On the wing, Bain. On the wing, Jackson, covered by Oubre. The kick out to Bain. 6 to shoot. Fires the 3. It's hauled in by Edwards.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Back to Oubre. The shot goes down and it gets this game back to even. Oubre's got himself on the board with 3 there.
A legitimate sniper from distance. Love seeing Oubre Jr. shoot it with such precision.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock in game. One-on-one here. Pulls up. And the 76ers tack on 2 more.
And that's up-tempo basketball at its best. So much easier to operate in the open court when a steal triggers the break.
Great pass to hit him in stride. Love to see teammates in sync with each other.
Right side, Gordon. And he can't jam it through.
And he's going to have a hard time shaking off that miss. Everything was going right. The dunk was lined up beautifully, but not to be.
It's all tied in Philadelphia. We'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the 3rd quarter after our halftime. We've got second-half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Guys, Ja Morant has been sensational.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
So on the floor for Memphis, they've got Ja Morant. Jaren Jackson is out there with Edey. Then there's Wells, and it's Stevens in at the 3. Up again, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Here's Morant. Score the basket for his 10th make. 10 for 12. 83% accuracy.
And we all know Ja's capability to fill it up, and he is showing it here tonight.
You can see, and Coach, you can feel John Morant's star power, and his presence on the floor is such a factor. It affects the game.
Yeah, it sure does. And it even affects the energy in the building. His play is so dynamic, athletic, energetic. I mean, you can't sit and watch a Ja game. He's going to get you on your feet.
76ers. He is one of a kind for sure. And they go to the intentional foul.
First personal foul. First team foul. Now into the lineup here.
Here's Morant, and he slams it down right on top of Joel Embiid.
And you're just asking to get burned when you give Morant a lane, using that speed to his advantage.
The shot by George, wide open. No good from outside. Memphis leading by 4. Executing to perfection right now offensively.
76ers.
I mean, in total sync. Good luck trying to stop him now.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
On defense, the 76ers. Over to the left wing. Out left to the wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Stephens can't get it to go. Philadelphia has gotten the three-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. 6 of 15. Morant against George. Stevens, the pass to Morant. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession.
The defense will take that miscommunication. Not even close.
The 76ers trail by 4. To the paint. It's tipped. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
Violation. That'll be a jump ball.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Here's McCain. Guarded by Morant. George, no good.
That's not a bad shot at all. It just didn't go in. Sometimes the process is right, and you still get a bad result.
Pass to Edey. Right wing. And here is Wells. Still scoreless. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Morant. And then Morant slams it in.
How about the authority from Morant? The way he was running, you knew he was aiming to shot at the rim.
It's an odd stat, but what I'm going to throw out there anyway, the Memphis Grizzlies set an NBA record last season for players used in a season.
Kevin, this isn't football, right? They had 33 different guys suited up last season. That tells you how difficult it was. Constant change, hard to build chemistry, and let's face it, hard to win games.
And the 76ers with a completely new group now.
Substitution on the court.
1:39 left to play here in the third. Shot by Gordon, wide open. It's good from long range. Gordon's got 10 points.
Yeah, spotting the open teammate there. Nice work by Maxey.
Bain passes to Concha. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. And now Maxey pushing it up, and no one back there to stop him. Conchar pulls it in. And so it's Bain with it. He'll bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Drummond finds Edwards. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Bain with it. Now defended by Oubre. Outside Jackson. Conchar on the wing. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time.
Jackson.
He has 5.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Outside Edwards. Pass to Maxey. The 3. Hits it from 3-point range.
Take your focus off Maxey for 1 second, and he will let it fly from out there.
The drive by Bain. There's the 3. Hands it from downtown. And the Grizzlies lead by 5.
Maxey baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Edwards passes to Oubre and finished off by Oubre.
A powerful finisher, Oubre Jr. You deserve to get dumped on when you let him get inside.
Here's Conchar. No good on the triple. That one, no good. Ja Morant has been leading the charge, guys, for the Grizzlies. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Yeah, and if you have both guards dishing like that and putting up points, wow, a coach's dream.
Jackson.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. We've got Kelly Oubre, Tyrese Maxey out there with Gordon. Then there's Edwards, and it's Drummond in at the center. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia.
Well, that's about as high percentage of look as Drummond's going to get. Nice job inside.
Outside, Payne. Pass to Conchar. 6 on the shot clock. Williams kicks to Jackson. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Jackson's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
Maxey passes to Gordon. Bagley with the rebound.
Oops. Got caught in between moves there on his way to the rack.
Jackson from long range. Here's Payne. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That's on Justin Edwards. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Grizzlies.
Well, you've got to like that they're not settling. They're attacking the defense on the drive and creating great looks.
And another thing, they continue to work it inside and score. It's clear their game plan is attacking the paint as much as possible.
Maxey, no good. Memphis leading by 8. Over in the corner, Conchar. Back to Williams. Fires the 3. Andre Drummond grabs the miss. 76ers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the 4th quarter. Memphis has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Here's Payne. Boom, he jams it straight down.
The kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Yeah, I'd consider calling timeout right away after that one. The defense has to be better there.
And some changes here for the 76ers. Embiid, he's checked in for Edwards. Paul George comes in for Eric Gordon. And it's Quentin Grimes in for Maxey.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up your teammates.
For Memphis, they've gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the 4th. Pretty nice efficiency there.
That's his 2nd personal foul. 2nd team foul.
We're in the 4th quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Edey out to Morant, fires away from outside. An absolute bomb from 3-point range.
And now that is impressive. And clear, Morant has made the effort to keep expanding his range.
You know, Stan, we hear all the time about after timeout plays, about how many of those do teams really have at their disposal?
Well, you certainly have to have a few, Kevin. Coaches vary in their philosophy. Some coaches will draw them up on the fly. I was one, like a lot of guys, who wanted to have things that we've worked on that then we could go to, but that just depends on who you've got, how smart your guys are, how quickly they pick things up.
Looking to get back on track here. Outside, George. Drummond sets the screen for George. Stolen by Jackson. And here we go. Fast break, and Morant's got it. And again, it's Memphis with the 3.
Out in the open court, few defenders can match up with Morant. He's too fast and skilled.
Embiid, no good. And here's Morant. He'll bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Pulls up on the wing, and it's Memphis with another.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Grizzlies.
They really lit it up in this fantastic offensive performance.
Definitely. Just simply shot the ball well. One of those games to be proud of.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Ja Morant.
Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in. And you know, George is a tough cover. The length, the range, smooth athlete, very difficult to match up with.
Pass to Edey. Back to Morant. And it's sent back by George.
And the timing from George there on the rejection, using his long reach to turn away the shot.
And they're able to recover. Oubre passes to Embiid, and Embiid throws it down. Jackson looking it over. And it's Memphis with another.
Yeah, they've sucked the energy out of this arena. Tremendous effort on the road.
Yeah, and winning games on the road is huge, especially when you get them in such a convincing fashion.
29 seconds left to play here in the fourth. To the middle. Memphis moving that ball around. That one falls. And the Grizzlies lead by 15.
Taking no chances. They go on one last run to seal the deal.
Yeah, this run has poured a bucket of water on any ember of a potential comeback.
And that's a foul called on Kelly Oubre.
That's his first.
That is his first foul of the game.
Third team foul.
12 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Morant. And finished off by Morant. Knocks it loose. Stolen by Jackson. So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. Thank you for that, David. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
Richard, what do you expect? To see from this guard matchup.
These guys are lethal one-on-one, but I think the key is to keep their teammates involved, playing unselfish basketball.
So the Houston starting five. Smith and Şengün play together in the front court. Jalen Green is out there with Thompson, and it's Eason in at the small forward position. And the basket is good.
You see there, Thompson does a good job of sneaking into the lane and finishing.
George passes to Embiid, and here's Oubre. Here's George. And he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up.
That's his first personal
Well, Grant, you often hear about how smooth Paul George's game is.
Yeah, I'll tell you this. Young players can learn a lot by watching his footwork. His timing, his ability to find the space he needs, it's just tremendous.
Richard, how about that memorable Rockets winning streak early in 2024?
11 straight wins. Look, that's no easy task, no matter who you are playing. The energy in the locker room must have just been off the
That's his
charts.
first personal foul. First team foul.
To the right side. Smith right side. Oh, Thompson from deep three-point land. Knocks it down from distance. Thompson's got 5 now.
A confident shot from Amen. I mean, when he trusts his J, Thompson is that much more difficult to check.
Yabusele on target from range.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
The 3. They get it back. Here's Smith. Oh, the dunk by Smith.
I mean, the motor this kid has is unmatched. Smith goes up with a purpose.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Nick Nurse. We talked about how Alperen Şengün can act as a facilitator. Coach said he sees the floor like nobody else. He's got a great mind for the game, and if you let him find his guy out of the high post, he will punish you. No doubt about it, they're aware he is the engine of this offense.
Thank you for that, Allie. Green, the pass to Şengün. And Şengün throw it down.
As he gets more comfortable in unlocking his potential, we'll see Green get more comfortable in moving the ball.
And so it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. Embiid against Şengün. It's George on the wing. Back to Embiid. Embiid, a screen on Eason. Shot clock at 6. George. It's rebounded by Şengün.
And you don't see that every day. Usually he'll convert when he gets that close to the rim.
And the shot goes in.
And there's the length of Smith at work. Playing big on the interior.
There's a screen. Here's Embiid to stop the run. And that's 2 points on the layup.
Want to score in the NBA? Picks can really force the D to make tough choices.
Here's Eason. And that one's good. And Green with the assist.
They've been the more poised team tonight, and the score reflects that.
And it's because they're not playing in a rush. They're just letting their shots come naturally within the flow of the offense.
And here comes the break. Here's Eason. Here's Thompson. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3. And they want a second opinion on that call. The signal.
Second team foul. Shooting for Houston, Thompson.
These personal foul calls still disputed even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved. And what I like about Thompson, along with the high-level athleticism, he has a high-level feel for the game.
Basket's good.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Here's Thompson. The rebound by Yabusele. 76ers trail by 9. Here's Oubre into the lane. Nice start for him, sinking his first shot.
Nice ball movement there. Delivered the pass right on time.
For Houston, they've got 8 out of 12 shots to fall, despite Joel Embiid missing more than half of their games. Grant, the Sixers still won 47 games last season.
Yeah, B.A., and lots of credit goes to Tyrese Maxey, averaging over 26 points a game. Philadelphia also had some good depth, and that really helped.
Here's Thompson, and that one's good. And Green with the assist. Thompson's got 12.
What a burst Thompson has. I mean, on his drives, he goes from 0 to 60 in a heartbeat.
Embiid can't hit.
Shocking that he just bricked that one. The defense got real lucky there.
Thompson passes to Şengün. Count it. Good. 7 points in the game.
Really taking charge of the game, largely with a detailed interior attack.
Yeah, they haven't appeared in a rush at all. They are just playing to their strengths and building this lead out well.
Here's Embiid. Offensive struggles continue. Missing again. In transition. Now 5 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Kept alive. Outside for Green. Second chance shot. It's hauled in by Oubre. The 3, George. Smith with the rebound. Now here's Şengün. There's the drive. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
So far, they're owning both ends of the floor. We'll see if they can keep this going.
They came out and bum rushed them. Huge difference in activity level from both teams tonight.
And an overpowering first quarter effort. Already a double-digit advantage. It's huge. We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. All right, guys, we've seen the Rockets really take control here.
Well, clearly they played well in the first period because of their selfless attitude.
They're playing for one another and focusing on making winning plays. You love to see it.
So the Houston 5 right now. Jeff Green out there with Dylan Brooks. Then it's Shepard. Then it's Steven Adams. And it's Whitmore in at the 2. Oh, they get a hand on it. Drummond with the ball. Guarded now by Whitmore. The shot by Drummond, no good. Houston leading by 14. Pass to Brooks. Here's Shepard. Out of bounds, Rockets ball as Houston keeps possession. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
You gotta love Tyrese Maxey's approach to the game. He said, quote, "I really have a simple life. I have this joy about playing basketball. I like putting in the work, so I'm extremely focused, extremely competitive, and I'm out here having the time of my life. I get to do what I love every single day, and it's a blessing," unquote. Brian, he's such a positive guy.
Yeah, he really is. Thanks for that, Allie. Starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. Rebound by Philadelphia. Edwards, the pass to Maxey. Maxey on the wing. Drummond with the screen. From deep. And that's good. Maxey for 3. Maxey's got 5 points. Well, RJ, you got traded a couple of times for good reason. What's it like off the floor?
I don't need your quips, BA, but it is crazy. You get a phone call and bam, you can move across the country. And while it's hard on you, you understand it comes with playing in this league and having this job. Ooh, that is fierce. You want to see a player with no fear? That is Tyrese Maxey.
Shepard. That one's off. He's 0 for 3 now.
got to move past that one. I mean, they'd want him to take that again.
Yeah, it's a great look for him. One they'll try and manufacture again. Those are the shots you want him to take.
Brooks from outside. They get the rebound. Ooh, poked away. 76ers trail by 11. Here's Council. He got a piece of it, and he recovers it. Out to Gordon. Down low. 6 on the shot clock. Out to the right wing. Here's Council. And with that one, the deficit trimmed to single digits. And we've got a timeout called by Ime Udoka. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Grant, soft touch, but hard nose. That's Reed Shepherd.
Yeah, B.A. His shooting alone makes him a pro. But his tenacity, toughness, and commitment to his overall game give him a chance to make him a star.
Drummond passes to Gordon. Back to Drummond. Here's Council. Brooks defending. To the middle. Drummond with the bucket.
I'll tell you, I wouldn't want to drop Drummond as my assignment inside. You body him up, hack him, it still has no effect on him. He had the right idea, just couldn't come up with the swipe.
And deflections, they're a stat that all teams track. They show who is the most active defensively.
Here's Shepherd. Still no points. And he's now 1 for 4 after that one.
And not only can he burn you from deep, Shepherd is also skilled inside. Just great work there.
Drummond with the screen. Gordon, the pass to Drummond. Back to Gordon. 1:52 left in the second period. 6 to shoot. Pass to Drummond. Maxey surveys. Up and over Brooks. And it's Maxey missing.
That was a good look for him from mid-range, but just couldn't make the defense pay.
Here's Shepherd. Lets the 3 fly. He hits that one. 2 for 5 now.
Well, this is Shepherd's shot. The defense can't afford to give him this much separation.
Pass to Maxey. There's 1:17 left in the first half of this game. To the inside. He takes it in. Oh, Adams with the block. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Adams.
Gordon.
1:04 left in the second period.
And when it comes to defensive wings, Brooks is as good as it gets.
The Rockets lead by 12. Oh, big finish!
Wow. Okay, I see you.
And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
Can you say immediate entry into the highlight reel? Woo, what a dunk, B.A.
It's showtime now, man. They've built up a lead, and they're starting to rub it in. Pass to Shepherd. Out of bounds. It'll be Philadelphia's ball.
Philadelphia ball.
76ers trail by 12. Oh, Brooks with the steal. And here's Adams. Maxey covering. And they pick up 2. Adams has gotten his first basket of the night.
Yeah, this is where Adams looks to score, especially when he has a matchup he likes.
Oh, the swat by Adams. Here's Shepherd. Finished off the break. Shepherd's got 7.
Leaving absolutely nothing on the table right now. Their focus and execution has been outstanding.
It's caused them to pull away a bit. Let's see if they can keep the train on the tracks.
Their offense is looking like a well-oiled machine, getting any look they want.
Right about that. Seems like they haven't missed. No, he's just ridiculous. He's just an absolute surgeon when he has the ball. This man is surgical. There is no way to slow him down when he wants to score.
Shepherd. And again, it's Houston.
He can run hot or he can run cold, but no doubt about which way he's running tonight. There is steam coming off that backboard.
And so it's Houston looking in total control with this 17-point advantage as the buzzer sounds. Well, when you win the battle of... All right, good stuff, Allie. And we'll get back to the action at the start of the third quarter. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Well, you got to like what we're seeing from Amen Thompson.
You just love his patience offensively in the first half. Waited until he got the looks he wanted.
You love guys who can get their shots within the flow of the offense.
Oubre is at the 2 with George playing the 3. Then it's Joel Embiid, and it's Grimes in at the 1. That's the group in the game for the 76ers.
Using that speed, Green flying by on the drive.
And so it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. He'll take the opportunity to regroup.
And look who's coming out right now, everybody. Let me hear you make some noise. Get it loud for your 76ers ENT.
Here's Grimes. Richard, if you look back at the Rockets' history, it's striking how many all-time greats have worn that uniform.
There are so many Hall of Famers: Hakeem Olajuwon, Ralph Sampson, Calvin Murphy, Yao Ming, Elvin Hayes, and that's only to name a few.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Hey, BA, well, the Rockets got a lot more organized with Coach Ime Udoka and their veteran additions, including point guard Fred VanVleet, who said it's just having that poise and presence to slow things down and get guys where they need to be. Rein it in, get some structure, and maximize these guys' potential. BA?
Allie, a great floor general. Thanks for that. We know how great Joel Embiid is, but he simply hasn't been as effective in the postseason.
Part of that is because of all the defensive attention he gets. We know things tighten up in the postseason and things become much more challenging. That's why he needs a better supporting cast.
Knocks down the triple.
Continuing to improve that three-point shot. Green hits this one.
Here's George. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
That's his first personal
It's going to be on Tari Eason.
He took the contact and had an opportunity to drain it.
Philadelphia shooting their 5th and 6th free throw attempts tonight. George hits them both. And if you're just joining us, we've played just over a minute here in the third. Here's Thompson. And that comes off the assist by Green. Green's got 5 assists in the game.
Nice unselfish play by Green, taking the time to get another guy a better shot.
And that'll be Philadelphia's ball as it goes out of bounds. Sixers able to keep the possession. George for 3, sinks it from distance. George has got 9 points.
Well orchestrated, and then the pass is right on the money.
And it's Green with the ball for the Rockets. Earlier in the game, they led by 19. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. Grant, after 3 straight drafts high in the lottery, the Rockets got to 500 in 2024.
Yeah, and I love how they signed some vets in the summer of 23. Houston decided we want to win now, and I wish more teams did that.
The first ever pick out of the G League Ignite, Jalen Green created his own pathway to the NBA, selected 2nd overall in 2021.
With some arc, Thompson no good. 76ers trail by 17. Three-pointer Embiid. It's hauled in by Houston. Smith's got 4 rebounds in the game. Thompson passes to Smith. And some very quick points for him on that possession. He has 6.
You know, Smith came into the league as a capable and confident shooter off the catch.
Out to the right wing. Tipped. And they're able to recover. George for 3. It's hauled in by Houston.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Smith passes to Eason. Back to Smith. Jacks up a 3. That's good from Eason on the assist by Smith. Smith's got his 4th assist with that last one. For 3, George connects from downtown. George has got 10 points in just the second half.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Fires from deep. Doesn't go that time. Philadelphia's gone 2 for 5 from 3 since halftime. And here's Green from the arc. Sinks the tray. Green's got 10 points in the game.
He can get it done off the dribble or off the catch. Green is just a flat-out shooter.
Yabusele. Here's Grimes. Off target from outside. Houston leading by 22. Pass to Şengün. On the wing, Green. 10 points for him. Misses the three. The 76ers have gotten just 3 of 8 shots to go in the third quarter. Here's George. And the layup falls. George has got 12 now in this quarter.
Yeah, it seems like George could do this all night. He just keeps finding shots.
Here's Thompson, and he comes up with a bucket.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Yeah, they're going to do a much better job of putting a little bit of pressure on him on his way to the hoop.
Pass to Grimes. Launches it. It's hauled in by Houston. Şengün's got a rebound, number 5 here tonight. Thompson. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
Tough to slow Thompson down when he's got a lane to the rim like that. And great job to establish position and square up.
And it's a completely new group for the 76ers.
First team foul. Substitution on the court.
Here's Shepherd. Maxey covering. Shepherd, that's good.
I love the decision there by Shepherd to challenge the lane.
Maxey passes to Gordon. Off target with the 3.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Whitmore with it. Checked by Gordon. On the wing, Green. From the arc. Drummond grabs the miss. We look at all the turnovers. Boy, what a way to drive your coach crazy.
Yeah, your game plan means nothing if your players can't execute.
Yeah, he was able to sneak it to the rim. Had enough room to get just like an easy layup.
Three-pointer, Brooks. That shot, no good. And so it's Houston. A huge 24-point lead for them. It hasn't taken... And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
That wasn't a better pass in the game, almost like he had a sixth sense.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Fourth quarter on the court for the Rockets. Steven Adams out there with Jeff Green. Then it's Dylan Brooks. Then it's Shepherd. And it's Whitmore in at the 2.
You have to respect Brooks' approach to the game. He's always looking for little ways to improve and wants every year to be his best.
The 76ers shooting 44%, a pretty decent clip. And there's Drummond. That one's good. On the assist by Gordon.
When guys are moving the ball, sharing it, it makes the game so much more fun, both as a player and as a fan.
Back to Brooks. Three-pointer. He buries it from 3.
And you got to at least honor Brooks' three-point shot if you're the defense. I mean, he is more than capable of connecting.
Outside Maxey. The offensive rebound. And the jam by Drummond.
And their offensive rebounding is such a strength for them when he's on the floor.
Yeah, he really helps them extend possessions, doesn't he?
Yeah, you can feel Coach smiling on the sidelines with every offensive board.
Using his post moves to get the 2 points.
Heads up on the money pass by Maxey. Great vision.
Green for 3. Another 3 from Houston.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
And you see this so much more nowadays in the NBA. Teams putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes.
Puts up a 3. Drummond grabs the miss. Drummond's got 6 rebounds in the game. Edwards for 3. Nails it from beyond the arc.
We talk about the importance of shooting while in rhythm. He feels confident doing this from downtown on the break.
Pass to Whitmore. Brooks a screen on Gordon. Back to Brooks. Here's Whitmore. Shot clock at 5. Launches a 3. Council with a rebound. Council's got 5 rebounds tonight. Gordon on the take. And Edwards slams it in.
You could just see how in sync they were there.
That's what it takes to pull that off. Outside, Green. Pass to Shepherd. Outside for Green. Lots of room. Rebound by Philadelphia.
You can't ask for a cleaner look than that. He just couldn't deliver.
And it's Maxey missing. The Rockets lead by 23. And that one's good. Green. Green's got 5 points in the quarter.
And Shepard is an unselfish guard. He's fantastic at moving the ball and setting up his teammates.
For three, Gordon. The putback. Controls the rebound and the putback.
He really gets in perfect position for the follow. Just a terrific read.
And here's Shepard for three. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Council's got his 6th rebound on the night. Outside Maxey. The putback. It's good on the putback.
I always love the hard work on the glass. Just great activity. It's safe to say they have dominated this game. The game wasn't even as close as the score says in a great win for the Rockets.
Pretty clear who the better team was today. They dominated in just about every phase of this game, Grant.
BA, it's almost hard to think what didn't go well for them. Their plan, their execution, everything was absolutely on point.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for Amen Thompson.
We saw him get a lot of touches tonight, and he wasted very few of them. Really made himself the backbone of their offense. This is what winning is all about, playing your best when it matters most.
And let me tell you, as a team, you love to hit your stride right at the crucial moments. They put this game away in style.
Shot is good by Gordon.
You give a shooter of his caliber that much time to seam it up, oh yeah, you're done.
Here's Brooks. And the layup is good.
They really came in with the right mindset today. I can guarantee you their flight home will be filled with some smiles.
And as it should be, to be this dominant on another team's floor, look, when you go home, you're going to go home feeling good.
And here's Shepard for three. Drummond grabs the miss. Here we go. Just 2 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock.
He's a small guy with big hops. Maxey goes up high for that finish.
And so it's Houston with it. They can simply hold on to the ball here.
No question, BA. They deserve the win.
Here's Shepard. And so it's the Rockets taking care of business in this one. This one wasn't even close.
On Tuesday night coverage of the NBA, and what a matchup we have here in the front court, Gray.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
And the Houston Rockets starting 5. The post pair form, it'll be Smith and Şengün. Thompson is out there with Green, and it's Eason in at the 3, the small forward. Now here's Jackson. Off target from three-point range. And Smith with a clear path to the hoop. And then Smith with the dunk.
And you see how fast Smith leaks out. He loves running in the open floor.
Jackson looking around. And he's good on the 3-ball.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin, I was able to talk with Memphis' head coach. He told me that Şengün won't be easy to contain. He pointed to his passing ability and said they can run their offense through him whether he's in the post or at the top of the key. He added his scoring, and he presents a unique challenge. Kevin?
Thank you, David. And so it's Memphis with it. After the Rockets pick up 3. Drains the three-pointer. Jackson's got a pair of 3s now in the first quarter for Memphis.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
And you're asking for more trouble than you can handle if you're going to let him just roam free from beyond the arc.
GA, if you look back at the Rockets' history, so many all-time greats have spent time there.
Yeah, it's an impressive list, right? Olajuwon, Moses Malone, Calvin Murphy, and Harden. Houston's well represented in the Hall of Fame.
Rockets have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for to start off this game. And Şengün throws it down.
Turkish thunder. Şengün tasting the sauce up top.
Morant against Thompson. Morant kicks to Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, Greg, he can get up a few notches higher.
Well, and that's exactly how the game is played in the paint inside, guys. I mean, if you can play over the top, I think you've got a big advantage.
Smith finds Şengün. Cross contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Muscling through contact. This is where Şengün's at his best.
Incredible for his age. The decision-making of Şengün, GA, is very impressive.
So calm when he sees a double coming. Reads and reacts with ease when he's on the block or at the nail. Reminds you of a young Jokic with how he sees the game.
Now here's Morant. And then Morant slams it in.
And you're just asking to get burned when you give Morant a lane, using that speed to his advantage.
It does not get much easier than that, but somehow he came up empty there.
Here's Jackson. Good, and a nice assist from Morant. Jackson's got 10.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Here's Eason. Şengün with a wide-open look. Releases from the wing and drills it. He's got 9.
He's got a real nice feel for the game. Şengün's quick to make the most of an open look when it avails itself.
Thompson against Morant. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And I like what he did at the line a season ago. How about 81%?
Yeah, you know, that was one spot where they didn't have to worry about him at all. I mean, at the free throw line, he was automatic. He's as solid as it gets from the line. I mean, give him the opportunity, he's cashing in on those.
Basket counts.
Tenacious on the attack. Thompson is fantastic at finding lanes to the basket.
Morant Plays it up and banks it in. Morant's got his second basket of the night.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now here's Morant. He has 6. A miss that time would have put him up. Rockets have gotten 7 of their first 10 attempts to fall so far. Excellent pace to their offense. Oh, and slam it down!
Takeoff! Oh, my
Oh,
goodness!
did you see that?
How did he do that?
Oh, man.
Oh!
Here's Green. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
When you try to check Green in pick-and-roll action, you've got to stop him first.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Morant against Thompson. Outside for Jackson. 5 to shoot. 3-pointer. It's rebounded by Şengün. Eason gets a wide open look. A 3-pointer is right on target. Eason's got 6 points.
I'll tell you what, I'm not sure these guys can keep this up.
High-octane action for sure. Crowd-pleasing already.
Şengün, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And when you consider how the Rockets are doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
An impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Yeah, you know what? Makes it really easy for the coaching staff in that case. No adjustments needed. Just keep on keeping on.
We've got Williams. Bagley is out there with G.G. Jackson. Then there's Desmond Bain. And it's Kennard in at the 2-guard spot. That's the group from Memphis to kick off the second quarter. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, the Rockets are making progress. Coach Ime Udoka said it doesn't happen overnight. Changing habits and things like that takes time. Guys learn and grow at a different pace. My thing is getting us all on the same page. Not that far off. Kevin, they sure look like they're building in the right direction.
David, they are, and some good vets have helped as well. And we thank you for that report.
Oh, man, when Cam Whitmore throws it down, you feel bad for the rim.
Brooks, the pass to Green. Here's Whitmore. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Whitmore's got the lead up to 7 now for Houston.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
And here we go. Van Vliet heading to the hoop. Finished off the break. Van Vliet's got his first basket of the night.
And terrific hustle from Van Vliet in transition, getting up court fast to finish the fast break.
Greg, what's the key thing Fred Van Vliet brings to this offense?
I feel like he's really a centering presence, Kevin. The guys can look to him to call the play, to give them their orders, and trust that he's setting them up for success.
And Jackson throws it down hard.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam.
I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will really start shrinking.
The Grizzlies trail by 7 to the inside. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
You know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
And how about the power by Adams on that finish? Just brushes off the contact.
Good on the shot. Rockets leading by 5. Van Vliet attacking. That one drops for him. Van Vliet's got 4 points in the quarter.
Not much resistance from the defense. Easy play that time for him.
Jackson a screen on Brooks. Bain kicks to Jackson. Stolen by Van Vliet. And here we go. Fast break, and Whitmore's got it.
I mean, that can happen to anyone, but it's ugly every time it does.
Yeah, it is unfortunate, embarrassing. He just lost his concentration for a split second, and that's all it took.
And that one is hammered home.
The ball distribution was there. I mean, outstanding work all the way around.
And it's Van Vliet with the ball for the Houston Rockets. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Pass to Whitmore. Back to Brooks. Three-pointer. They grab their own miss. And Adams with the slam.
You have to put a body on Adams. He's too good of an offensive rebounder to not pay attention.
Here's Jackson. The rebound by Jeff Green. Rockets leading by 7. And Adams with the slam.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
For Memphis, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field here in the second. Bagley sends a screen for Kennard. Hits the three-point bomb.
Not sure what the defense was thinking. I mean, you can't leave this guy open from deep.
Here's Adams. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
And this is where Adams has the biggest impact. The closer to the basket, the more effective he is.
Jackson, a screen on Van Vliet. Kennard finds Jackson. Going inside, and the dunk by Jackson.
Oh, fellas, that was vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one.
Well, guys, I'm glad they didn't try because I don't want anybody to get hurt out there.
And an aggressive inside play there from Van Vliet, not letting the foul deny him from getting the shot off.
The Rockets shooting their second and third shots at the line right here.
Yeah, and fairly decent a season ago, about 77% from the line.
And so Van Vliet nails both of them. The Grizzlies trail by 8. Outside, Bain. Brooks grabs the board. And Green now, top of the key. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Brooks. Green's got the lead up to 10 now for Houston. And so it's Houston going into the break with a 10-point lead. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. We're seeing a tremendous game from Steven Adams.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
Yeah, you know what? I think he's doing exactly what he has to do. Using his body, shaking off contact, and then finishing at the rim.
Taking a look at the Rockets. The post pair form, it'll be Smith and Şengün. Green is out there with Thompson. And it's Eason in at the 3-set. Clark, obviously, this is a results league for head coaches. And we're always going to see lots of changes at that position.
I think you're exactly right. I don't necessarily agree with it all the time. I would like to see owners and general managers and decision makers be a little more patient, give coaches a little more runway. But we know it's a results-oriented league, and oftentimes the reality is that it's easier to change one coach than it is perhaps to change a handful of players on a roster that's not performing.
That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Yeah, I'm amazed at Morant's ability to take contact and still stay in full control.
Green taking his time here. Thompson up top. It's over Morant. And it's Thompson again missing. The Grizzlies trail by 6. Morant with it. Now Green defending. And there it is for him. Morant's got 14.
And what a show Morant is putting on. Every time he touches the ball, you feel like he's going to score.
First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. Morant with the steal. And here's the fast break. It's tipped. Here's Thompson. Here's Şengün. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
Fighting to earn the second chance opportunity on the foul shot. This is exactly what coach wants from Şengün.
Here's Morant. 14 points for him. And it's Houston on the break. And he makes good on the layup. And now it's an 8-point Rocket lead.
Beating the defense in transition, Smith showing how a little extra effort goes a long way.
Sweet move. Thompson with the rebound. And so it's Thompson with it. He'll bring it up for Houston. And Clark watching Amen Thompson. He is just a different kind of athlete.
He sure is, boy. Special as an athlete. And we've got some of the greatest athletes in the world across the NBA. He's smooth, he's explosive, he's fluid, well coordinated. Seems like he just kind of floats in the air. It's special to watch him do his thing.
Houston leading by 11. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Morant. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Green inside, guarded by Morant, and it's Green missing. To stop the run, and finished off by Morant.
This is how athletic Morant is, a point guard who possesses incredible athleticism.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, thanks. A move that likely helped the league's parity has been shortening max contract lengths. Commissioner Silver says, we used to refer to it as dead money, a star player toward those end years sitting on the bench. We've reduced max contracts to 5 years, in some cases 6. This way, it moves to more pay for performance. Kevin?
I think, DA, that's a pretty good business decision. It's going to have nice ramifications. Smith, left side. Overwhelmed. Smith, no good. The Grizzlies trail by 11. It's Morant with the drive. Jackson has the open look. Good, and the nice assist from Morant. Morant's got his 4th assist in this one. Smith right side. Pass to Eason. From down in the low post, it goes. Eason's got the lead up to 11 now for the Rockets. Memphis has gone 3 of 7 tonight from 3-point territory. Thompson against Morant. Outside Jackson. Nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup. Jackson's got 14 points.
And how about the strength of Jackson there? Uses it whenever he's going up inside and fighting through the contact.
And, you know, we can't measure heart. I mean, he's not as big as the other power forwards, but his jumping ability and mindset is incredible.
Jackson passes to Morant. His first shot coming late, and it's Memphis with another.
John Morant with the assist.
Smith for 3, and he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's Houston, ahead by 9 is the quarter. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Hey, that was a high-level pass no matter what position it came from. But it does make it stand out a little more when it's made by the big fella.
The 4th quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Williams is out there with G.G. Jackson. Then there's Desmond Bain. Then it's John Conjar. And it's Bagley in at the 5 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Nailed from 3-point land.
And no matter who it is, that kind of D isn't going to get it done.
They double-team Van Fleet. Stolen by Jackson. And here we go. The Grizzlies on a fast break. Nobody near Williams. Second chance shot. Jackson misses. Rockets leading by 6. Here's Van Vliet. Pass to Adams. And Adams with the slam.
And this game has been all Adams. He's getting to his spots and capitalizing with ease right now.
And every year, and Greg, we agree, Bane seems to get better and better as a playmaker.
Doesn't overdo anything with his passing. Looks more and more comfortable creating off the driving kick. He's become a large part of this offensive engine.
He's off on the first. Some changes for Memphis. Edey's checked in for Marvin Bagley. Jaren Jackson comes in for Vince Williams. And Wells is subbed in for Conchar. 60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed in there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
And the Grizzlies making a change here. Morant's checked in. Count it. And that's now 6 points from Amen Thompson.
We see this night in and night out. Thompson uses his size and elevation to make tough shots in the paint.
Goes up, and Thompson throws it down.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
Wide open. Again, the miss by Thompson.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
And then Morant grabs it in.
How about the authority from Morant? The way he was running, you knew he was aiming to shatter the rim.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for the Rockets.
You love how they've lived in the paint, making the defense just consistently have to collapse and still finding ways to convert.
And the thing I've seen that I've really been impressed by is they've gotten everybody involved, unselfishly making that extra pass, getting that ball to the right guy at the right time for the good shot.
Here's Eason. And the dunk by Eason.
This is why coaches talk about playing with pace. The scoreboard tells it all.
That really has been the difference. I mean, they've been the better team in transition.
Jackson a screen on Thompson. Morant kicks to Jackson. Good, and a nice assist from Morant. Morant's got assist number 7 for him tonight.
Oh, quick thinking from Jackson. When he's rising and firing fast, you know he's in the zone. Rocketing off the deck. Thompson showing that youthful exuberance.
Bane against Green. Hooked away, and Memphis turns it over again.
Out of bounds. Rockets ball.
Guys, a good chance for them to slow it down.
Yeah, they definitely should use some clock here.
The 3. It's rebounded by Memphis. Here's Morant. Here he goes. Good again. He's on tonight. 9 for 13 shooting.
The delicate touch on display there. Gotta love when Morant lets that floater fly off his fingertips. Beautiful.
The offensive rebound. Puts up a 3. Eason's shot is good. And the Rockets lead by 12.
He's just stretching them out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
Yeah, especially with the score being what it is. I mean, you got to tighten it up on D.
Green fires from way outside. And another 3 for Houston.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Rockets.
The coaching staff must be happy that they controlled their turnovers so well in this game.
Excellent self-control and patience tonight.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Şengün.
Well, I can't recall a play that he wasn't involved in. He was so involved in so many plays tonight. A force on both ends.
Second shot opportunity. Yep, that one goes.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yep, to have a stress-free win on the road, very satisfying. The fans are already headed for the exits.
Jackson from long range. Şengün with the rebound. And so here is Houston. Well, this one is winding down now. Houston can watch the clock run out. So we see Houston taking the W here. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they...
lopsided matchup, but anything can happen in the NBA, Grant.
That is the truth. I mean, that's why they play the games. One guy gets hot, a team gets cold. That's all it takes to swing the entire outcome of a game.
Here are the 5 for Philadelphia. We've got George, and it's Embiid in its center. Screen by Embiid. And the jam by George.
He's not going to take it easy when he gets to the bucket. George will hammer it home.
Outside Morant. Jackson outside. Good, and the setup by Morant.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
And here's George. They'll bring it up for Philadelphia.
Memphis foul. Wells. First personal foul. Second team foul.
Here's George. Shoots over Jackson.
I mean, if I was out there, I'd probably test anyone but Jackson Jr.
Tries to spin move. George passes to Embiid. Perfect pass to set up the lay-in.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating. Oh, this is exactly the kind of opportunity you don't want to waste.
Stan, certain NBA teams take on the identity of their home. Like the Grizzlies, for example. They call Memphis Grind City.
Well, Brian, I think it's a perfect fit. Hard-working people in a hard-working city, and they want a hard-working team.
Jackson, pass to Morant. First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone by. Over to the left wing. Clock at 6. Here's Jackson. And he drops it in from the low post. Jackson's got 5 points.
Yeah, that's how Jackson's most effective, playing aggressive around the basket.
Three-pointer Embiid. The rebound by Edey.
Well, the defense catches a break there. You expect him to make those.
And that one fall for him. He's 0 for 2. The 76ers have gone 3 of 5 here in the opening quarter. Here's George. Takes it inside. Lays it up and banks it in.
Gotta like the momentum on George's drive. Cutting into the defense and clearing himself a path.
From deep, Morant. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Here's Grimes. And there's the rejection. Jackson attacking. And the dunk by Jackson.
And the big man coming through. Once Jackson Jr. gets some speed behind him, get out of the way.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
When you have an MVP talent in his prime, the focus has to be on winning the title. The Sixers' Joel Embiid said, quote, "The only thing I care about is winning." That takes a lot, and everybody has to contribute. I'm always going to believe in myself. I love the guys that we have. We are going to go and fight every single night.
Great perspective there. Thanks, Allie. Now here's Jackson. He's got 7, and that was good.
I love the strength shown by Jackson there, refusing to let the defense have the last word. Well, so much can be said about Jaren Jackson Jr.'s versatility, but I'd like to praise his team-first mindset. If the dirty work needs doing, he's got it, as long as it helps his team get the win.
This one for 3. Nice shot by Stevens.
Hey, when he's hitting that shot, it really helps the spacing for this team.
Yeah, if you can hit that with regularity, it opens up the floor so much more.
George's shot is good.
Anything you can do, I can do better. That one felt a little personal right there.
Well, and as a fan of the game, you have to love these back and forth moments.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first. Excellent coverage defensively, making it hard on him.
He shoots. And there are the Grizzlies with another bucket.
The way Morant sets up his teammates is as good as any guard in this league.
For 3, George. And the 76ers another 3.
Well, with his skill and confidence with the ball, if you put him in position, he'll reward you.
Morant looking for an opening.
Put that one-man show on Broadway.
That's one way to go with the alley-oop. George passes to Embiid. Back to George. Screen by Embiid. George drives in. And the jam by George.
Yeah, it seems like George could do this all night. He just keeps finding shots.
Pass to Edie. Back to Morant. For three. Goes back up. And he was fouled while in the... And here comes the coach's challenge. He disagrees with the foul. He does not hesitate to ask for a second look. It's a pretty heated game. Every call matters.
The play will be reviewed under NBA rules. 2 minutes are allowed to review the play.
Disputed even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look. So the officials can be sure they get it right. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
That free throw, no good. And he's good on the second. Here's George. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. It's been all about Jaren Jackson. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for Memphis?
Well, their defense has been really impressive, especially the number of blocks they've managed to get. It's not easy to keep denying guys at the rim.
You know, they've also been very effective at running the floor. Just a ton of points in the fast break. It's been a big part of their success.
They've got Gigi Jackson. Desmond Bane is out there with Vince Williams. Then it's John Conchar. And it's Bagley in at the 5. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Now here's Edwards. 5 to shoot. Outside Maxey. From downtown. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Drummond. Bane surveying the D. Kicks it out to Jackson. And growing up in California, Stan, when did you first fall in love with the game of basketball?
Well, Brian, my dad coached for a long time, and I just remember going to his practices and going to his games. I can't remember a time where I didn't love the game.
Off the inbound pass. Gordon, the pass to Drummond. Quarter number 2 with just over a minute to play. Ooh, good D by Bagley. Here's Jackson. And that one makes him 2 for 2. He's in his rhythm.
Well, he knew he had the size advantage to dominate the defense there. Go right at him.
For 3, Maxey. Philadelphia with another miss. Memphis leading by 8. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. Bagley for 3. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
And taking a look at this first half, they've just shown better shot selection.
Yeah, they've done a better job executing offensively, moving the ball and creating high percentage looks.
Now here's Williams. They lead by 11, largest margin of the game. Oh, the big finish by Bagley.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish. And, Coach, you look at Vince Williams. That 7-foot wingspan is a difference maker defensively.
It sure is, Brian. He disrupts a lot of offensive action, both on and off the ball, forcing turnovers and blocking shots.
And that's why you don't give up on the glass.
Man, his efforts well rewarded right there.
Well, that's what he does. He makes an impact with his activity on the board.
Maxey, that's good.
Oh, a high motor in close to the rim. Maxey finding a window and converting.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
We hear players proclaiming their love for the game, but former sharpshooter J.J. Redick said there's a distinction between loving the competition itself and loving the game and everything that goes into that. Guys say, I just want to play. Well, do you want to do all of the necessary things that lead up to that? Hey, Brian, 15 NBA seasons for Redick. He'd know.
He certainly would. Thanks, Allie. Here's Bain. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. Conchar. No good on the three. 76ers trail by 14. For three, Maxey. And it's Bagley with the rebound. Memphis with the ball. They're on a 14-4 run. Williams passes to Bagley.
And not often we get treated to a solo alley-oop.
It takes precision timing for sure. For three, Maxey. The Grizzlies pull it in. Bagley's got 4 rebounds now. Here's Conchar. And the whistle blows. And it's going to be over the back here.
Sometimes it's just better to give up the rebound instead of fighting through the guy.
Yeah, that's a careless foul. Look, you like that he's being aggressive, but you also have to be disciplined.
Maxey, that's good.
And that's a tough shot to defend when Maxey pops up out of nowhere.
It's stolen by Maxey. Fast break, Philadelphia. He goes up, and he caps off the break with a monster slam.
Hustle plays like that are crucial right now. You have to convert on every turnover you get.
Jackson with a screen on Gordon. And again, Memphis no good. 76ers trail by 11. That one falls, coming off a Drummond feed.
Incredible. I mean, high energy in transition. Just beating the defense up the floor.
Yeah, the commitment to run is paying great dividends on the break.
And so it's Maxey who brings up the ball for Philadelphia. And here's Oubre from the arc. And it's Bagley with the rebound. Memphis leading by 11. Pass to Bain. Oubre with a steal. And here we go again. The Sixers on the run. Here's Gordon. And he floats it in for the easy 2. Credit the sweet setup on that one.
That's a good way to shrink the deficit. Strong defense turns into easy offense.
Jackson for 3. Knocks it down from distance. Jackson's got 9. And Philadelphia has possession. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. He's got his first free throws of the night right here. No good on the second free throw. Jackson, the pass to Bain. Williams from long range. And that's not going to go. Misses at the buzzer. And the first half now in the books. Memphis ahead. They're up by 11. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow on 2K Sports.
And get ready for the fan half-court shot.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. Paul George has been sensational.
The numbers say it all. He spent the first half playing efficient ball.
Yeah, it's not like he's getting everything at the rim. He's playing smart and just taking what the defense gives him.
And the 76ers, looking at who they've got. They've got Joel Embiid. And it's Council in at the 2 guard. Knocks down the triple.
Yeah, the passing has only gotten better from Embiid. It adds a huge element to his game.
Outside Morant. The three is up. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Memphis leading by 14. Rim protection and shooting, so important. Jaren Jackson Jr. has both of those skills, Stan.
Yeah, and look, Ryan, it's rare to find guys who can do both of those things. Shot blocker at the rim and stretch the defense at the other end. Guys like that are hard to come by.
He's been a defensive player of the year. Maybe we'll see him in the three-point contest one day. Morant. Oh, he packs it down!
That is incredible.
Oh, putting on a show for the fans. Morant's skills making it look like a circus in here.
Embiid from outside. Embiid missing again. Memphis has gotten all three from downtown so far in the second half. Jackson for three. Good. And the setup by Morant. Morant's got 5 assists in the game.
He's been so aggressive on offense. And with the results, you understand why.
Well, yeah, and the defense is going to have to respond to that and chase him off the arc.
Here's Morant. Rebound by Philadelphia.
Well, I'm surprised that didn't fall for him. We know that's a shot he can hit, and there wasn't much resistance either.
76ers trail by 19. And it's Ja Morant with the foul.
Ja Morant.
That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
So it's Philadelphia now. Here's Embiid. And it's good as he snugs it right through the net. Embiid's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Come on. I mean, what can you do defensively? Embiid is pretty much impossible to guard when his jumper is on. Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
Well, Stan, every franchise has their guy. What kind of things do you want your franchise player to exhibit?
Well, Brian, here's what people have to understand. The culture of your team is determined by your best player. If you want a hardworking, unselfish, competitive team, that best player, that franchise guy, has to embody those things.
Here we go, the Sixers on the break. Oh, he packs it down right over Jaren Jackson.
Nice job by George to get out, run, and complete the break.
There's a screen. Here's Jackson. And a great assist by Morant as that one goes. Morant's got assist number 7 tonight. A little under 3.5 minutes off the clock now in the third quarter. Drills it from deep.
And you know, his team wants Jackson Jr. to keep taking these threes, knowing it'll help open up this offense even more.
George for 3. The rebound by Jackson. Jackson's got 5 rebounds in the game. Knocks it loose. Out of bounds as Memphis keeps possession. So Memphis ends up going with a new group. .11 left to play in the third. Williams misses.
You won't see him miss that one too many times.
Yeah, it was a great look. Sometimes they don't fall. You've just got to keep taking great shots. The defense gave him a little space, and he took advantage.
There's the 3. Conchar can't hit. 76ers trail by 18. Gordon, the pass to Maxey. The kick out to Edwards. From behind the arc. Conchar with some nice D. For Memphis, they've gotten 8 of 14 attempts to go in the second half so far. Drops in the 3. For Philadelphia, they've gotten 6 of 11 attempts to fall so far in the third. And here's Oubre from the arc. And it's Bagley with the rebound. Bagley's got rebound number 7 tonight. Jackson for 3. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep. And the 76ers shooting at 49% so far in the game.
Blocking foul call. John Carter. First personal foul. Second team foul.
We've got 13 seconds left in the third quarter. Maxey on the wing.
Memphis foul.
Philadelphia shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game. The first free throw is good.
Shooting for Philadelphia. Tyrese Maxey.
Cold free throw is good from Maxey. Outside, Williams. Jackson for three. Up again. And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies. A huge 24-point lead for them. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Jackson out there with Marvin Bagley. Then it's John Conchar. Then it's Williams. And it's Bain in at the point. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis.
Yeah, just another shot in Maxey's arsenal. He becomes harder and harder to defend.
And it's off the back of the rim. No good. And so it's Williams with it. He brings it up for the Grizzlies. Takes a three. And there's Bain. That one's good. The assist from Williams.
It's just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
They get it back. Out to Oubre. Pass to Gordon. Shot clock at 6. Drummond to screen on Bain. Shot is good by Gordon.
Slow reaction from the D, and it cost him 3.
Bain against Oubre. Up top, Jackson. Outside, Bagley. Back to Jackson. Let's go with a 3. Drummond grabs the miss. Philadelphia's gone 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter. The 3 ball. Gordon can't hit. Memphis leading by 22. Outside Bain. And the call will be against Kelly Oubre. That's his first foul of the game.
He didn't have his feet planted.
And a little over a minute and a half gone by in the fourth. Conchar can't hit. The 76ers have gotten only 2 of 6 attempts to drop in the fourth. Here's Drummond. Yes, it's good.
Well, if Drummond's going to score, the paint is where it's going to happen.
Outside Bain. Drains the triple. He's got 6 here in the quarter.
The defense was just nowhere to be found, and because of that, he adds to their lead.
Yeah, look, the truth is, he doesn't need much space anyway. But that one was too easy. Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
He just rises up and throws it down hard with one hand.
That is such a go-to move for him. He holds nothing back on those. Buries it from 3.
Ooh, the range of Maxey is pretty impressive. He is consistent from beyond the arc.
There's Jackson with the 3. Ooh, now 7 for 9 after that make.
Well, coaches will take that any day. Don't pass up open 3s like that.
Stolen by Bain. Rebound by Philadelphia. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth now. Oh, got a piece of it. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson.
Almost had the steal. You have to love the pressure defense.
Yeah, deflections are a stat that a lot of teams track, disrupting the offense's rhythm and flow.
A line change here for Memphis.
And that's Morant for you. Not settling. When he sees the opening, he goes for it.
For 3, George hits the trifecta. George has got 19 points.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Getting up and then throwing it down.
Oh, that was a big hammer right there. Maxey finds George. From outside the arc. A miss there. Now 8 for 14. Memphis has gone 3 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the third quarter. From deep, Morant nails it from 3.
Well, the scoreboard tells you everything you need to know about this one. A great showing here for the Grizzlies.
And everything seemed to go their way today. They were firing on all cylinders, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., this was the kind of performance you relish as a player. Just a very impressive win.
And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency for Jaren Jackson.
Well, offensively, they needed him to be aggressive, and he delivered. What a game.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
George with the bucket.
One positive takeaway, at least they're finally showing signs of life out there.
Yeah, a loss stings a little less if you at least feel like you put up a fight, but only a little.
Yeah, I think he's letting his emotions get the better of him on that foul.
Here's Edie. Uses the glass on the layup.
This is what winning is all about. Playing your best when it matters most.
Yeah, they've got clutch guys on this team, and they never let up.
Now here's Maxey. Pass to George. Here's the pick. Lets it go from deep. The rebound by Edie.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Here's Jackson. And he gets that one.
Impressive job by this team. And you really can't discount the impact of this crowd here.
No, I'd be lying if I said the crowd doesn't have an impact. It certainly felt from the head coach all the way down.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
12 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one.
Excellent anticipation there to come away with the steal.
And that nice steal was able to get their break going in a hurry.
And for a coach, you always appreciate when you're able to turn a stop into a score.
And so it's the Grizzlies taking care of business in this one, showing that they're the far superior.